What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler on Boss Talks on the Rooftop, season whatever. So
I like how you're real professional with it. Like, you got it right there where you want. Yeah, I like that.
I don't even know what season we're on. We've been doing so many seasons, guys. Thanks to you guys that are supporting, like, subscribe, and share the channel, share the episodes. But in all honesty, we're on episode season 9, right? And so I have the greatest honor of introducing my guest, long-term friend, childhood friend, and he's got an amazing business, Mr. Case Hit Kings himself, Jared West. How you doing, sir?
Good, Bryson. I appreciate you having me, man.
Man, it's an honor to have you, brother. So while you get to telling me why you're here, tell me a little bit more about Case Hit Kings, man.
Yep. Okay. We're a brick and mortar retail store in Mansfield, Texas. We do a lot of live streaming on an app called Whatnot. We sell Pokemon, baseball, basketball, football, sports cards, and memorabilia. That's pretty much all we do.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
So you're out here selling baseball cards, because we used to collect baseball cards when we were younger, right? And we were just talking back behind the scenes, talking about Topps, Upper Deck, all the other card manufacturers. Like, who's still reigns supreme in your industry?
Well, Topps is that's kind of a weird situation in the industry right now. It's been Panini for the longest time, and Panini's based here in DFW, but they are they're the biggest NFL licensed producer right now. Wow. However, they lose their license in mid next year, and a company called Fanatics, which is responsible for all the memorabilia, like all the team jerseys and stuff like that. They've recently got the license and have acquired Topps. So Panini is big right now. Topps is always still big, and Fanatics is going to be taking the industry over, I do think, here in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while we get into that conversation about how you got into Case Hit Kings, because you'll have a sprinkler and landscaping business.
I do.
I'm going to cut my cigar with my Kingpin Luxury Cutter. You can pick it up at kingpinluxury.com, or you can come down here to Fort Worth, Texas at Pendulum Cigar Lounge and check them out. Which, thank you, special shout out and thanks to Pendulum Cigar Lounge for hosting Boss Talks on the Rooftop Forum today. And, let's go right back into it. You initially started out in the landscaping sprinkler business.
I did.
How long have you been doing that?
Well, H2O Sprinklers Systems in Irving, Texas. My dad started it in 1985. I was born in 86, and I like to tell people I've been doing it since I've been in diapers.
Facts.
I think you remember, I used to do the summer football programs and go lay sod and fix sprinklers in the afternoon to make a little money. So,
man, you used to come to practice already sweating.
I did. I had the pre-workout in. I've been doing it my whole life. I've been doing it full-time since about high school, and then I got just full on into it right after I graduated college, 2008.
Yeah. So with the times that's going on right now, right? Learning the trade, learning how to do things like the American way. They say, hey, you go and get a degree. You got your degree, but
I do. It wasn't necessary. I don't think it was necessary, but I do have it.
Right. So, like, we got the degrees, because you're kind of like me, like, we own a trade company, right?
Yeah.
We got where I specialize in roofing, we specialize in landscaping and sprinklers, and it's kind of like the degree was just a way to say you got it.
I started off. I went to college like you. I went to play football on a scholarship. I didn't really have much mind about what I wanted to do after that. Matter of fact, I thought I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh God!
And then I just decided that wasn't for me, and got a finance degree, which to say I don't use is an understatement. But yeah, I mean, a degree's for some people. Not everybody needs one. To do the trades, I would say that the degree cost me 4 years of real life experience.
That part.
I don't regret having a degree.
Right.
But it did cost me 4 years of real life experience, which is much more valuable in the trade industry for sure.
Absolutely. But, in that context, right, because you went to play football, I went to play football. That was really our driving force to really go to school.
That's what we went for.
Right?
That's the reason we went. I mean, if you're anything like me, that's the reason we went.
Like the job after the fact
That was secondary.
secondary.
It was secondary in my mind.
You know,
I knew I wanted to keep suiting it up.
right? You
Yeah.
know, so for a little bit, you got to live the dream a little longer than a lot of high school superstars or
Yeah, I
whatever.
did. That was cool.
And it's funny how we fall into these lanes. Like your dad started in 1985 or
85.
85,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, the year before I was born.
Yeah, so you're 86.
Yep.
And it's almost like it was ingrained for you to have a legacy or a platform to fall back on.
As soon as I decided I wasn't going to be a teacher, the first thing I did was call my dad and say, "Hey, I'm gonna come work for you." It was him that encouraged me to get my degree, and like I said, I don't regret that at all. But yeah, that's what I did. Matter of fact, I graduated, and I think a lot of people take some time to go out in the world and find themselves and do what they want to do. And my dad said, "Wear your work boots, wear your jeans." He picked me up from the airport at about 1 PM, and I got my butt to work. Started digging ditches and changing heads and sweating in the sun.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, for me, it was a little different because I didn't know I had the lineage that I had.
Sure.
Until like I asked the question, which is why we're doing the podcast now, right? So my uncle been in the roofing industry for over 30 years.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I had a tax office, and I've been doing taxes for a little over 13, 14 years.
I don't know if you remember, you did my taxes one year.
Yeah.
One time you did.
So I've been doing that for so long, and then I was looking for another industry to get into to expand what we're currently doing, right? And my cousin, who's a real estate agent out here in Fort Worth, where we're located by in the Pendulum's Cigar Lounge, she actually told me I should talk to my uncle about doing roofing. And I said, "Oh, show me the game."
Yeah.
And he said, get your roof first, right? He said, get your customer, and then I'll show you what you need to show.
It's your ticket to entry.
Yeah. So he wanted to make sure I was serious. And I'm like, man, I'm about my business. So I get a customer, I see how the money works and how it all breaks down. And I was like, "Oh, you've been making money like this for 30 years? He said, "Yeah." I said, "How come you never said nothing?" "You never asked, nephew." Okay. So now I'm like, okay, we need to show people how important a trade is, and that you can make a good living doing the trade.
A really strong living.
You don't have to go to college.
You don't.
You don't have to play sports. You don't have to be an entertainer. Like, they make really good money, but if that's not what you're aligned to do, find your trade.
I would even say that most people don't need to go to college. Hey, my doctors, my lawyers, but I'm a big proponent of not discouraging college, but not pushing college so much on every student that graduates high school when there's something like, I don't know, 80,000 trade jobs available right now that pay really good money right out of the gate.
Right, like you can go to electrician school for a year and come out and making $96,000 a year.
And a lot of times that turns into entrepreneurship. You've got a trade that is I think it's scarcer and scarcer to have somebody who's willing to learn a trade and get good at it. But usually most of those guys who are highly motivated, who get into the trades, end up being entrepreneurs like me and you within that same trade. Exactly.
Because it's one of those things, like not everybody knows how to do what you do.
Correct.
Right.
And in fact, the field is limited in
very
what you do what I do.
Right. And so we don't have that, okay, this is how you do it, X, Y, and Z.
Correct.
Go do it, right? And so that's why the market is so big for the DIY market when we're content creating and just doing different things for like trying to earn a buck, right?
Yep.
But with women being the new homeowners and the CEOs of the homes, they need someone like a handyman or someone that understands, hey, you need a roof because you have a leak coming in from your roof.
Correct.
Or your pan in your AC unit is overflowing.
So, or how many people know how to fix a valve out in their front yard for their sprinkler system? Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
And why is the sprinkler system so important?
Well, it keeps you. And here in Texas, it's the only way to keep your grass green. It protects your foundation of your house.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks about the green grass, but of course you got to protect the foundation of your house. And I know I don't have the time to go out and water my yard.
Right.
Not here in Texas. You got to do it just about every day if you're going to do it like that. And
Right.
I don't have time to do it.
And see, I wanted you to segue right into the foundation part because, you know, we do foundation at Fowler Roofing Pros. I'm not ashamed to plug my own stuff on
I
the
would
show.
bet not. In fact, if you're not, I'd be ashamed of you.
So, with protecting your foundation, how do you go about protecting your foundation using the sprinkler system?
There's a couple ways to do it. Most well-designed sprinkler systems do have coverage all along the foundation, and I would say for most houses in Texas, that's enough. Most people water with the sprinkler system a couple days a week, and that's good enough. And I think that what you want to do with your foundation is you want to make sure it never dries out and it's never too wet. If you got a really bad foundation issue, you might install what's called like a drip zone around it where you can water it every day.
Mm.
But I think the idea is to make sure your foundation never gets too dry, never gets too wet, and that prevents a lot of the shifting that causes the
Right. So when you made that pivot into Case Hit Kings, what was that like? What was that conversation like with your family? Because that's a huge like selling. Hey, I'm gonna sell baseball cards and Pokemon cards.
So my my brother who runs the K-Sit Kings with me, and my sister's involved as well. We both were full-time employees of the sprinkler company.
Mm.
And this thing just it started off as a side hustle. That slowly became more and more a part of my financial picture. And as it just grew I won't say out of control, but as it just grew really fast, there were some really tough conversations to figure out how to make that transition. But I will say that I've always done every business I've done with somebody in my family. And I think what you said is just the most important part about it. We would talk just about every week on how we were kind of making not the transition out of sprinklers into cards, but how do we continue to operate both companies. And it was just a give and take on our time commitment, having some really defined boundaries on, hey, this is my sprinkler time and this is my card time, until eventually cards got to where, we had to just reprioritize the time me and my brother were putting into it because it just grew some legs. We still are actively involved in the sprinkler company,
right?
And it's still running full speed,
right?
But we just put some people in place and made some logistical changes that kind of allowed us to. My dad still runs the company. My dad's 73 and still working every day.
Yeah.
So
your dad still looks good, man.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
And then also too, just my dad has been probably I've had a lot of people support me in my life, but my dad's been really supportive and encouraging for me and Jacob, my brother, to pursue this new avenue. And that's been a huge part where he just said, hey, if you guys have other opportunities and you're not taking them, I mean, what are you doing? Yeah. So just to have the support of my dad and, where he allowed us to make the changes that we needed to allow this to be a big part of our life.
And that's huge, man, to see that kind of family nucleus. And like you still have the head like your father, allowing you to leave the nest and go soar, and still having a place for you when you come back.
And not just allowing, but for me, encouraging. That was big because I don't know if you're like me, like I kind of wrap myself up, and I don't think it's what defines me, but a big part of me is what I do for a living.
Right.
And I spent from 2008 to 2021 doing nothing but lawn sprinklers and maybe little side hustles, but this just, it was kind of a big deal for me to almost like change my identity in the sense of like, hey, I'm a sprinkler guy, to okay, now I'm kind of a card guy too,
Yeah. Guys, if when you see this this video, this episode, go to CaseHitKings.com. Go check out his TikTok. Check out his whatnot, right? Go check out his whatnot. And when I say my guy is a baller on this damn app, I walk in.
I've learned some tricks of the trade. I
walk in and he's got it rammed up. It's got over 80,000 followers on whatnot, and I mean the man is really really been putting his boots on the
I've
ground
been trying.
with it. And man, I got to champion that, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Flowers,
It's a fun deal, but and it's a grind.
yeah,
It's a grind, but I appreciate it.
yeah. So, what do you sell the most out of?
Out of the shop, believe it or not, when we opened about a year ago, we had no Pokemon cards to speak of. Not a single one. Lined our walls with sports cards, and man, I tell you what, getting into that shop, we sell probably 70% Pokemon out the shop.
A lot of Pokemon.
A lot of Pokemon on the stream, which is you know the deal. It's mainly what I do. That's the main source of revenue is the stream. We're probably 85% sports cards. We sneak some Pokemon cards in there, and we do some like Pokemon exclusive streams and stuff like that. But so yeah, I mean, we probably sell 85% sports cards, just singles, you know, like you would have collected growing up.
Yeah.
Maybe some more expensive ones than I certainly collected growing up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably like 85% sports cards on the stream. Baseball, the leading, what's hottest in the game right now is football.
Yeah.
Football is the hottest market right now, so I probably sell like 60% football cards in stream. Yeah.
So go-to Pokemon card, go-to football card, go-to basketball card.
For me, or for like the industry, like what is the gold standard type thing? For me, I collect Cowboys.
Okay.
I collect Cowboys. My favorite card is, it's just really, I couldn't even, it's just a really weird, rare card that's not worth it, not worth much, but it just means a lot to me because it's the type of stuff that I couldn't collect when I was a youngster, you know?
Right.
It's an Emmitt Smith card.
Right.
1992 wild card.
Man.
Emmitt Smith, that's called 1,000 stripe.
See, I got his Rose Bowl card.
Oh man, I know with going down the side on the lip, man, it's a classic.
Yeah,
I know,
man.
Yeah. So for me, go-to football card. I mean, I collect anything Emmitt Smith. I collect anything. My favorite Cowboy of all time is Des Bryant, so I collect any. Matter of fact, he's the only athlete I got painted on my exterior walls. Des Bryant.
Wow. So Des trumped the triplets.
Dude, Des is my guy.
That's wild.
Des is my guy.
That's wild.
I love Des, dude. My brother too. It's both of our favorite Cowboys.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Man.
I just like the way he played. You know.
Yeah.
Just passionate.
Absolute dog.
Yeah, dog.
Absolute dog.
And those are even like modern day players. My favorite kind of players are just dogs, you know.
Yeah. And you know, that's one thing about you that we have in common, man. Like you're an absolute dog on the field. Like you're an absolute dog in your landscaping business. And like this Case Hit Kings, bro. When I tell you, I was able to sit in on it.
It's something else, isn't it?
I was just like, who the hell am I watching?
Hey, man. I don't think anybody would have given me the credit for it in high school to have that.
Man.
Yeah, you learn some tricks of the trade along the way, and I've learned to talk to people, and that's really all it is. You got people chatting with you in there, and they're kind of prompting you on, hey, you know, a lot of people just lead me into saying what I'm going to say, but a lot of times you've just been doing it so long. It's like, you know, you're out there talking to somebody about their roof, and you know what they need to hear, what they want to hear, and that's kind of
your trigger words and
exactly. Yeah, for sure. Charizard is always the go-to Pokemon card. It don't matter what. Charizard, just like when we were kids.
Yeah.
There's a million Charizards and everybody wants every single one of them.
Right.
Yeah, Charizard.
And basketball.
Basketball, anything with Michael Jordan on it. Anything with Michael Jordan or Kobe. I don't sell a lot of basketball cards. Michael Jordan and Kobe. LeBron, I mean, do
you think LeBron will get there when he retires? Because, I mean...
LeBron's there. He's just a little... People love or hate him. I don't know why there's always the Jordan comparison. But I think with Kobe dying so young, that kind of helped his, like, collectability market. There's, like, a legend to Kobe that, you know, because he was just gone too soon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do think LeBron will get there, and especially as younger collectors... get older. Yeah. The LeBron market is there. It's just a little more hit or miss because I deal with a little bit older crowd when it comes to sports cards. But if I was dealing with the youngsters, man, they like LeBron.
The problem is like our generation and a little bit before us, they saw Jordan, they saw LeBron, and they saw Kobe, right? And so that right there is the pinnacle of like three different eras.
It is. And three of the greatest players that we'll ever see play.
That you will ever see.
Yeah.
Right? And then, because, like, you know, you have the Kevin Durant, who's a prolific scorer.
One of
you
the
have
best
the
of all
Steph
time.
Curry, one of the best three-point shooters ever. And he surpasses the mountain that was Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so you never thought anybody was going to trump Reggie Miller until enter Steph Curry.
KD and Steph Curry both same thing in the market, man. They're both really hot. They haven't kind of reached the level of those three others, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, and those guys, it's the basketball list of guys that are really collectible is shorter than football, but like it's probably Michael Jordan and Kobe have about the strongest market of any sport.
Right.
Period. But yeah, I like Steph and KD, but it's just not going to get better for me than Jordan and Kobe and LeBron. Yeah, for sure.
I get it. Like I'm big on LeBron. I wasn't a big Kobe fan, but I respected his game.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I respected his game so much. It was just something about his game that it didn't resonate with me because I was like, well, he has Phil Jackson and he has Shaq.
He had a lot of help around him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like for me, the argument between like the Kobe, LeBron, and Michael Jordan, I'm like.
Plus, I think it's easy to hate the Lakers. It's easy to hate the Lakers.
You
know what I mean?
Being a Mavs fan.
Right, especially. Right, exactly.
Can't help it.
But you know the thing about Kobe? Another dog. Probably the biggest dog there ever was, just as far as...
Bro, so like the moniker Black Mamba,
dude,
just perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect for that man. Because like hearing the stories now about like how he used to play and hearing the stories about like, okay, him knocking out Paul Gasol.
Oh, dude. And
man, that's wild.
And the Mamba mentality is the same thing as just being a dog. You know, it's the same thing. It's like just making shit happen, basically.
Yeah.
You gotta love Kobe.
So, brother, how long have you been smoking cigars?
I've probably been smoking cigars since I've been about, what's the legal age? 21.
Right.
Yeah. I've probably been smoking them, like recreationally since about 18, 19, 20, 21.
Right.
Something like that.
So you have a go-to stick?
I usually default to whatever you recommend to me, to be honest with you.
I respect that. I appreciate that. See, guys, people, I'm introducing people to your stuff. So, hey, be a fan of the show. Be a friend of the show.
That's right.
Let us know something.
If I'm smoking your cigars, because of Bryson.
Yeah, man. Hey, bosses introduce other bosses to good stuff. So, my brother, how can we connect with you? How can we stay in contact?
Absolutely. On Whatnot, I'm case_hit Kings on all the other socials, IG, TikTok, whatever the other ones are out there. Case Hit Kings, no spaces. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on the website, or if you're local to the DFW area, come on down to Mansfield and hit us up in person.
Already, guys. Thank you for subscribing and liking the channel. Remember, stores don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two fingers.